Previously on D&D Kinda, we had mentioned that you all wanted to head to the Nobleman's Keep via the back way you guys had exited from when you were there the first time. You guys remember where the outpost was? The abandoned outpost with the crashed wall where you guys witnessed the nobleman die. You guys kind of come up on the edge of this abandoned keep, and just like you guys remember, there is a giant hole in the side of this stone circular building, and there's a path that leads down into what you guys remember to be the sewers, and there is a cloth laying on the ground where you remember covering the nobleman's body. Topher, you go over and you lift up the cloth, and sure enough, there it is. There is rotting flesh body of the nobleman. It is still there in this exact same position.
So Bartholonude wants to bury this body.
Bartholonude, I think we should take the body back to the city with us to prove that the nobleman is not who he says he is. The nobleman has been seen around the city all week. This body has obviously been dead for much longer than that.
If you believe this is a good plan, I will help.
Bartholonude, everyone, I'm going to turn into a bird. You're going to throw this bitch on my back. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop it on everybody.
So Benedict, you swoop down out of the clouds, and as you get closer, you are starting to be able to hear people talking and just the ruckus going on outside of the nobleman's keep. And you kind of land with this body in front of you, and then you just push off of it, and you just take back off through the air, and you leave this nobleman's body on the ground. So you guys are standing out in front of the opening to this outpost, and then you hear the screech of an eagle, and Benedict transforms as he lands right in front of you guys on the ground. And what do you guys do?
Are we ready to go down?
I was born ready.
Let's go. Let's head on down the dungeon hole.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
So if you recall from the inside of this encampment,
I don't recall.
So from the inside of this encampment, there is a set of stairs that kind of curves in a spiral fashion into the ground.
Which direction, clockwise or counter?
Counterclockwise.
I'm afraid of those stairs. I'm afraid of anything counterclockwise.
All right.
And F chords. I'm terrified.
So what were you were recalling something about a clockwise
Technically,
staircase?
you guys were recalling.
There is a there's a clock that spins counterclockwise that looks like stairs.
Mind blown. Figured it out. Game over. This campaign's ending.
Figured it.
Thanks for listening to D&D Kinda.
We won.
We win.
So
yes.
I start walking down into the same place we came out before.
I follow.
Do you guys all go down the staircase?
Yes. Oh, it's going down?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's yelling
In an
timber.
earlier round. Yeah.
Timber. Okay, all of you guys go down the staircase, and as you remember, when you get to the bottom of these stairs, it branches off to the left and opens up into a kind of like a semicircle of a room where it's kind of like rounded at the top, kind of like a traditional sewer would be.
Yeah.
That's where the statues were, right?
Nope,
No?
not yet.
Darn.
So as you guys come out, like I said, if you take a right, you guys will be able to follow the walkway. What you guys remember is how you guys, this is the pathway you guys took to get where you are. So the water flows, it's flowing against you at this point. So you're actually going upstream, but you guys aren't in the water. You're along the side of the water.
Yes.
So the water's flowing towards you, and you guys are walking up the side of the wall. And this place is lit by torches that are in like little, what are they called? Little ramparts or... not ramparts, but the little things that hold torches on the wall.
A torch stand?
Nope. They have, I don't remember what they're called.
A torch holder.
Sure, yeah, that's what they're called, torch holders.
Twaddle.
It is a turtle.
It's a twaddle.
They're just turtles with just torches stuffed in their mouths, mounted on the wall.
It's a twaddle.
It's kind of dope. Kind of matches with the frog statue, too. Some amphibious
Twallimer.
creatures.
It's weird. It's totally weird.
It's canon now.
So you guys take off walking, or do you guys do anything else? Or
And I just started running.
I mean, in Topher's mind, getting to the keep as quickly as possible while all the craze is still kind of going on with this body.
Makes sense.
Just in case the guards come out, see like some of the people who aren't really the guards, but they're,
Do you guys remember why you're coming to the keep, right? Like what your end goal is here?
Yeah.
Because there's a seal here.
Yep.
Well, we're trying to
make sure that was... Okay.
Well,
we don't know for sure.
So as we travel through this, we really should be looking for a seal.
Yeah, Hamilton needs to get that gem crystal ruby out. Yeah. And we need to be using it to see beyond walls and see if we can find
another secret entrance somewhere.
Yeah, something that could possibly be a seal.
Bartholonude steps up and he says,
Step up, bitch.
I'll run ahead first and make sure that there isn't any sign for trouble. And you all come behind me and inside of me.
Done.
No, you all stay behind me and use the ruby to find out any secrets. If you do see something suspicious, hail me by throwing a stone forward in the sewer. So Bartholonude runs ahead.
Okay. Hamilton, we need to use the ruby to see if we can find anything down here that we didn't see before, because we know the seal is here, but we don't know where. If it might be behind a secret wall or under the water.
What ruby?
The ruby. The ruby.
Whose ruby?
Our ruby.
Do I have it?
I hope so.
Hamilton checks his backpack.
You definitely have it.
I know.
Okay. So you're playing coy.
I know I do.
Okay. I was making sure you didn't just forget, because you're definitely always in tune to what's going on in the campaign.
Hamilton probably would have forgotten, though.
That's fair. That makes more sense.
Hamilton, can I see the ruby real quick?
Sure.
I grab the ruby from him and I kick him into the fucking water.
The shit water, so you're just covered in poop again? Yeah. That's fantastic.
No, I'm kidding. I don't do that, but...
Okay.
But yeah, we need to be looking around for something that might... I mean, we don't even know what the seal looks like. We just know the physical seal was here at some point.
Yeah. So how Lokar described it was a giant shimmering plate like.
What was in the church?
Yeah, the way it was described. Yeah.
Now, from my memories, do I remember what that looks like exactly?
Not
like from
entirely,
my flashbacks,
because it was covered with
that big cloth.
Yeah,
yeah. Because whenever I first went to the church, they were hanging up the cloth over top of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just know that it's some kind of big, what would you say, like 12-foot plate?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's a 12-foot plate.
What metal, or do I recall like what type of metal? Is it silver, gold, or was it painted?
What are you talking about?
The plate.
The plate was like a glass, like...
So it was glass.
It appeared like that, but you never touched it, so you don't know. It had a glowing orange and red light that was like moving around behind it. It was almost like it was see-through, like there was something inside of it.
So it was almost like transparent, but yeah. So
filled with spirit juice.
So we're looking for some kind of plate. It's the same one that Chrislix told us about that was hanging in the church. That was kind of see-through, I guess, with like some lights inside of it. But it's going to stand out if we find it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Use the ruby. Look behind walls. Look under the floor, into the ceiling.
Just for the sake of moving this along, I would imagine when you guys go down, you guys kind of turn, and even though Bartholonude, he's falling back, he's still following you guys. You guys kind of...
Bartholonude's up ahead.
Okay, he went ahead of us.
I'm basically, in how I'm moving, and this is important. So, like, I'm kind of moving stealthily, but quickly. So... And as I approach any other new line of sight, I move more slowly as I enter that line of sight, or to check the line of sight, just to see what's there. And then if I don't see anything immediately, then I just continue running hastily, like ahead of where the party will be going, just to make sure there's no reason for trouble up ahead.
Okay. As you start moving ahead, you take the left in the sewer, and you're very, not stealthy, but very careful as to if there's anything around the corner not to be seen. And as you turn that corner, there is nothing. But memories are starting to come back to you from when you guys were here the first time. You see this pool of water where there's a grate where you found the nobleman face down in the water, and you guys saved his life and you healed him as he had been maimed or mauled by what you can assume was the demon that had come to life. That way is a dead end, so you turn the way that the sewer continues and the water is flowing from. And from that direction, all the way at the end, you can see the pipe about 25 feet in the air where you jumped down into the sewers.
Who laid that pipe?
The gods of old. No, shut the fuck up.
You did. Plot twist. You're a plumber. That's why there's turtles mounted on the wall, Mario. This is
Holy shit!
So Hamilton's Mario, pre-mushroom.
Which one of us is Zelda? Topher?
Well, thanks, old man. That was really very nice.
God's wrinkle dick again.
There is one, another way that the water begins to flow from. So there's kind of like a fork, but you just keep going straight to get to where you were going. But along the far wall, if you're walking this direction, it would be to your left. There is another pathway the water branches off and flows to. And Bartholonude, as you come up on that, you can look down there slowly as you're moving carefully. You don't see anyone down there, but you can see the water flows that direction, and there are other pathways you could go down there. But as your purpose is towards the pipe to get back up into the keep, that's where you head?
Yeah.
Okay. You have no problem continuing to move along the wall and get down to there. The people behind you who are using the stone to look through the walls to see if you can find anything, you do not see anything out of the ordinary within the reach that this this stone can see beyond the walls.
Mm-hmm. So I want to just kind of move quickly towards where Bartholonude went, but once we get to where that pipe's at and where there's like another passageway, like we've never been down there before.
There, you have not, no.
Yeah. I mean, do we think it might be worth looking down those to see what's down there?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
At this point, has Bartholomew went up into that pipe yet? Or would we have like caught up with him?
Well, you can't just go up into the pipe. This is something you guys talked about before, that it's a straight drop. There's no ladder that leads up to that pipe.
True, yeah.
It's just, you guys would probably either have to enlist Benedict's help to get up there or figure out a way to climb up this wall. I mean, it's a dirt wall, so you could probably find a way to make it work. But I do want to stress the urgency of the situation here. I mean, you can obviously do what you guys want to do, but you dropped a body here. You're trying to get in while everyone's freaking out about this body. Going to explore another cave kind of goes against what you had said a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But
no, you guys can do whatever you want to do.
I don't think it's a bad idea to check what's down here, though.
Maybe just kind of like run down there, look around, see if there's like...
Mm-hmm. You would have to cross
like
the river in order to get to that side. Because it is...
river?
How far across is it?
It's about 10 to 12 feet.
Oh, so we could just jump it.
Actually...
I knew that was coming.
You could just throw us over there.
I actually, after that, I got a spell when I leveled up that is called jump. I could touch somebody or I could do it to myself, but my jump distance is tripled.
Dude, you should touch yourself.
For 1 minute. And I'll touch myself while I'm touching you guys.
So what do you guys want to do?
I mean, I want to go check out what's down there. We could also just swim across this poo river.
I have water walk that I can cast on
gross,
up to 10 people.
You have water walk?
Yeah.
How long have you had this?
For a while.
Fuck.
Okay, so you want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right, so just for the sake of expediting this, so you guys water walk, and now you can freely walk down across the moving water. You just Jesus your way down this down this river. Now, as you go down this other hallway, you kind of leave Bartholonude as he's continuing to walk towards the pipe. And you guys walk down this way, and when you get to the end of this, the water branches again and goes to the right. It also branches and goes to the left. There are now 2 more waterways down here. So now you are in a complex sewer system. So this could span the entirety of the city. This could just be in the, it's a sewer. So it could go any direction under the city. Because you guys are kind of at the heart of the western side of Neverwinter.
Yeah, I say we should probably just go back and go to the keep. Because these can go on for forever. We can look there, and if there's nothing there, if we can't find anything there, then we can explore this another time. But it seems like we'd all have to split up and take different ways, and could go on for miles.
Let's take a peek around with that gem for a minute.
Yeah. Look around with the gem. What do I see?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just bricks in the walls, maybe
down the river.
Some dead animals in the ground.
I see last night's dinner.
Sure. Gross. Some corn.
Some champagne, a kazoo.
All right, so I just turn around and head back up towards Bartholonude and that pipe that we got to get up.
Bartholonude is already kind of thinking about how we're going to get up this. And I knew we have someone who can easily transform and bring a rope up there, so he's kind of waiting for the others to get here.
He can only transform one more time because he can do it twice per long rest, so he might not even want to waste that.
It's just the thought that Bartholonude has. He knows that his party has other capabilities that they might want to explore.
Is there up around the pipe or the pipe itself? Is there any?
Show me your pipe.
Is there anything that looks like I could kind of like lasso a rope around so we can climb up it, get up in there?
Not that you can tell. It's just like a round pipe.
No, but is the pipe like? Does it stop at like the wall, or does it come out over?
No, it's all flush.
Just fucking spider climb, I guess.
Spitter climb it up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I'll carry somebody.
Well, I don't have spider climb, but if you spider climb up there and can find something to attach a rope to, because it's only 20 feet, 25 feet.
Yeah,
I can just burn all my second level slots and then cast spider climb on Bartholonude, and then have him carry Hamilton, and I'll carry Topher.
With where we're going, I want you to be comfortable to be in a fight.
Well, I still have all my third and all my fourth.
I kind of want to try to use spider climb again anyway.
Oh, you want to try it?
Yeah, because it kind of worked a little bit for a second there, it seemed like.
Okay.
How's about somebody spider climbs up? If you can do it, Hamilton, spider climb up there and see if there's something you can attach a rope to.
Yeah,
we're not wasting all of our stuff trying to just get back.
Well, somebody give me a rope then, because I don't have a rope.
Yeah.
Somebody give me a rope.
I'll hand him my rope.
All right, Hamilton, you start to walk, and you put a foot on the wall, and you try to tap into your inner magic, and whenever you put your foot on the ground, you feel like magic flow through you, but it exits you just as quickly, and you fly up towards the ceiling, and you are now stuck on the ceiling. And also, as you're on the ceiling and it is like dirt and stone, there are now plants that are growing around your feet, and everywhere that you step, because you can stand up, you are now just everything is normal, except you are now upside down, and everywhere that you move and step, plants are growing around you.
So, okay, how close am I to the pipe?
The pipe kind of hits the ceiling. You would be able to step into the pipe, but on the roof of it. So essentially, it's like gravity is reversed for you.
So I want to try to channel the magic, I guess. I'm not really sure. So where all of these plants are growing, I want to try to make them grow down from the pipe. Walk over to the pipe basically, and then try to have them grow down to the ground and form
Like a vine or
vine
something?
ropes that then they could climb up on.
Nifty.
So I would say this: you're not really in touch with this. Like seems to be happening like randomly without your consent.
Right.
And every time as you move over towards the pipe, they're growing, and like they don't grow on the pipe because the pipe's some type of metal. But it's like there's plants that are growing through, and the metal starts to like crack, and the plants are like growing through like they would grow through like cement or something. They are like everywhere you go, plant life is finding a way. Life finds a way.
Yeah, I just want to try to I know that I don't have control over it, but I kind of just want to envision it in my mind and see if it'll happen.
The tree pops out of your ass.
I would say that that's causing the plants to grow more rapidly, but not in any way other than normal. They're just becoming more dense. Not really. Your the ability to channel it is like you're not exactly sure what or why this is even happening.
So I mean, a druid can.
So in that case, I'm just gonna tie off the rope to the pipe and let it hang down so that they can get a hold of it.
So there's nowhere you could like tie it to the pipe itself.
Can't tie it around the pipe.
So the pipe is like, I mean, it's huge.
We're
like,
climbing up through. It's like a culvert.
Yeah,
it's like probably a good like 15 feet, like just massive pipe.
oh, it's
Big
that
enough.
big.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, I thought it was like smaller to where we could like barely kind of stand in it.
No,
Okay,
like, it's
so-
huge.
Okay, I got you.
I guess I'll tie the rope around myself
Okay.
and then see if the plants will be able to hold me and someone else's weight.
Okay.
Or can I get in the pipe and then see if there's something I can tie the rope onto inside of it?
I thought you already climbed into the pipe.
Yeah, I thought you were just walking up.
Yeah, like just going into it.
He said it was 25, 30 feet. You have a 50
But
foot
you said I
rope.
shot up onto the roof of where we were at.
Yeah, but you said you stepped into the pipe, and like I said, remember the pipe started like break like cement from the inside.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Because the plants
I
were growing
understand.
through.
I understand.
So you're on the roof of the pipe.
So do I see anything inside of this that I could tie the rope to?
Not really. It's just moving water. Smooth, rusty pipe.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just going to tie it to myself
Okay.
and just throw it down and hope for the best.
Okay. So, so you guys can clearly see Hamilton just chilling on the ceiling. You guys don't really know what's up with that. And there's a rope hanging that you guys would be able to reach. And I guess if you guys want to attempt to climb it, you can.
Yeah, maybe one at a time.
I'm the smallest, so I guess I'll go first.
Okay. So I would imagine you'd also be able to kind of leverage the wall here. So if you have like he's up here, he could probably climb back up into the pipe, creating like a little pivot point for the rope along the wall. And he could, that way all the weight isn't just solely on him.
Yeah.
So is that kind of how you guys want to do it?
Yeah, I'll like walk backwards too as he's climbing up.
Okay, so you kind of grab the rope and kind of put your feet on the wall and try to scale it. I would say that there's a lot of resistance, but the plants that are growing around your feet, Hamilton, are allowing a lot of like movement, and seeing as that this pipe is cracking, there's a lot of spots where you can kind of like plant your feet, no pun intended, and you would be able to successfully scale the wall, Benedict.
Okay.
So you are now up there, and I would imagine you kind of just like throw the rope back down. And
Yeah, but what am I
help-
supposed to do about Hamilton?
So I
would
would
leave him there
say
for now.
I would have you hold the rope and like help me pull them up, because since they're a lot bigger, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, here, let me just say this. Benedict, keep hold of the rope. Have Topher climb up next, and then when he gets up, the two of you can help pull Bartholonude up. I'm not sure that I can hold their weight on my own.
Yeah, definitely not.
After he says that, you notice that the plants begin to disappear from beneath your feet. And
Fuck.
you fall. And land face first into the water.
Well, I don't want to.
The shit water.
I don't want to do that yet. I want to see if I can react fast enough to kind of like, because I'm still. I mean, I still got the rope
You want to try to
that
catch
was
him?
tied to him. Yeah.
You want to try to like pull him up before he like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Okay.
to give him the
Make
lift
a dexterity check.
I'm very scared of corn. Please don't let me fall.
21.
Chocolate covered corn.
So you immediately notice that he's starting to fall, and you just like pull on the rope as hard as you can, and Hamilton just like flies through the air, and it definitely hurts because he's got like rope burn as he's like yanked on you.
Yeah, it's better than being poopy.
And he like flies into your arms, and you catch him. And you're now holding a small gnome in your arms.
I immediately put him down.
Actually, like euthanasia.
We don't.
not like set him down. Like he puts him down.
Face
like a
first
horse.
into the toilet water and drown him.
That's
Just kick him into the sewer. Okay.
Yeah, we don't do that lovey huggy shit.
Okay, so you guys gonna help the other boys up?
Yeah, I'm helping him up.
Yes. Rope gets thrown back down. Who's next?
Well, obviously me, because Bartholonude's a lot bigger.
Okay.
So I grab a hold of the rope and
Make a strength check, Mr. Joshua.
What's my strength again?
Plus
Plus
8.
8. Okay,
Should we
11.
both make strength checks?
If you want to, yeah. I would imagine his is sufficient, though, unless he didn't roll great.
I didn't roll great.
Oh, that's a first.
Yeah,
I rolled a 10.
That's pretty good for strength.
Pretty good for me.
I got an 11.
Oh, wow. Those are really bad.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel, Topher. You need to also make a athletics check. Because if his is good enough, you guys, it won't. Because remember, he's pivoted against the wall. He's kind of climbing up with his feet.
11.
Oh, God.
I mean, there's two of us pulling him up, and he has the
I got the strong boy.
belt of strength or whatever.
Yeah,
But
but
he
his
got-
belt
he
of strength was the only reason he rolled an 11 and not like a 7.
A 3.
So,
But if you think about it, the two of us combined are like one
21.
person, and
Yeah.
we rolled a
Both
21.
of us, we rolled 21.
So if a human rolled a 21, that would be a really good strength check.
yeah, but 2 crit fails is still a crit fail. They're not a 2.
What if we were
well,
in
it
a
wasn't
trench
a crit
coat
fail.
on top of each other?
All right. So
If we each
Topher
rolled
starts
like,
to climb the wall, and he's getting pulled up, and you guys slip, and the rope starts to fall out of your hands. Topher, make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can grab the edge of the pipe.
15.
All right, so Topher starts to fall backwards and then reaches out and just like his fingers grip the edge of this pipe, which is underwater. As there's
Just
like
like shit water
Yep,
flowing
it's-
all over me.
Yep, it's
Firmly
just covering
grasp
you.
it.
But you're able to maintain your composure, and both of your hands are on the edge of the pipe, and you are now hanging from the edge.
I'm going to try to pull myself up.
Do you guys want to help him?
Yeah, I'm going to help him.
All right. So with their help, you would be able to scurry up to the end of the pipe, and now all 3 of you are up on top of the pipe.
Is there a shower in the astral plane?
Who knows?
Pocket spa.
I'm going to warp.
Morty, there's literally everything in space.
I'm going to warp into the astral plane and see. Is there a shower?
No, you're just in a bigger shit pool.
Fuck. I teleport back.
Much ghostly or shit pull.
It was unsuccessful.
All right, big boy, come on.
Rope gets thrown back down. Bartholonude.
Bartholonude grabs the rope and starts to climb up the rope.
Strength check from the boys.
That'll be a 13.
Man.
Yeah, that's fucking brutal. What'd you roll?
Could
17.
be worse.
22.
Crit fail.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Not like this.
I mean, you got 13 and 17 out of it. Hamilton can just.
This is why warlocks don't strength check.
All right. So Topher and Benedict make an epic pull on this rope. And Hamilton's like, his feet are off the ground. And he's like trying to pretend.
hanging from the rope. It's like,
And Bartholonude takes like 3 steps up the rope, and his foot slips, and it yanks on all 3 of you guys. All 3 of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Jeebus.
Actually, not you, Hamilton, because you're not. That doesn't affect you at all. You're just still suspended in the air.
I'm just along for the ride.
So
10.
It's my constitution. Where art thou? Oh, yes.
good roll.
Remember a half hour ago when we were like, let's go ahead and get this
Hey!
over with so we don't spend a long time on this?
That's a 20, not a net.
Okay, so Topher just like bites the dust and he like falls, but luckily his weight as he falls kind of makes the rope stop from slipping out too far, and you just get like a firm grip, like a giant's grip,
I
and he just starts to
firmly
pull.
grasp.
And Bartholonude, you are able to successfully scale the wall as well, and you guys are now all in the pipe.
Yeah, buddy, you're in the pipe.
So, as you guys remember, you guys are kind of in the dark here. I'm assuming some of you guys have dark vision.
I do, but I also have this wonderful sunblade. That if I take it out, I'll tell you what it does.
Mr. Frodo.
What does it do with the light?
Frodo!
The sword's luminous blade emits a bright light in a 15-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 15. The light is sunlight. When the blade persists, you can use an action to expand or reduce its radius of bright to dim light by 5 feet each, to a maximum of 30 feet or a minimum of 10 feet. Yeah, I'm going to whip out the sunblade and give us some light.
All right. I would say about 8 feet in front of you, now that the area is pretty darn lit, you are able to see where the pipe has been busted through, and there is a very, very small opening where you can remember coming into the pipe the first time you guys were here.
I've got the ruby out. I'm going to go first through this.
Okay.
So I'm kind of holding it up, and I want Benedict right behind me because the light needs to shine through it.
Okay.
And then head up the pipe.
Okay. So this is like, it's not a pipe anymore. You're leaving the pipe, and you guys into like raw, like dirt. Bartholonude, you can barely even fit in this hole. You're just every bit of your armor is just being scraped in dirt. So it comes to an end, and you guys step back into this small hallway that led here.
A small way, if you will.
Yes, a small way. As you guys step into this small hallway, you guys see a very familiar sight.
Into?
A small hallway.
What is this?
To you, a large hallway. And you see something familiar pinned to the wall. There's still this skeletal being with a sword stuck in it, a dagger stuck in it, some type of small knife stuck in it. And as you guys walk past this, you guys are now in this open room, and there is a sheet hanging from what appears to be a string that has been stuck into the wall above you on either side, and it's masking what you can see beyond it. And you guys can hear things moving beyond the sheet.
Really?
What does the ruby see?
I'm just going to pull back the sheet. Seems to make more sense than
You're just going to pull the sheet back?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. So when you pull back this sheet, if you all recall, in this room, it is kind of like a cavern. And at one end of the hallway, or I should say, one end of this cavern, there was like this stone squared area where it was like cracked ground, and it's where this light had emanated out, where they laid this, Benedict, if you recall, where they laid this wounded fake nobleman in the past. Yeah. They kind of laid him on the ground, and he seemed to heal. He seemed to regenerate himself.
On the ground?
On the ground, where this light was emanating out of.
That's the seal.
And then on the other end of the room, there was the stone area. There was like just regular like dirt ground. And then as it went to the far end of the room, there was the back end of that bookcase. Or I'm sorry, the front part of the bookcase where you guys had opened up, and there was the secret passageway that led to the upstairs on the third floor. Or I'm sorry, the second floor, third from the basement. But and then beyond that, there was like the stone stairs that led up to the plateau that went through the passageway that went up into the door that leads into the main hall of the nobleman's keep.
So that plate's on the floor.
There's no plate on the floor. It's just cracked dirt and ground over top of where this area is. It's just like cracked stone, and there was, at that one point, a light shining out of it, but there's nothing now.
Okay, well, I want to use the ruby and look down in underneath the floor there, where that crack is.
Okay, so now as you pull back the sheet, you see that, but immediately as you do that, you hear the doors open and there's people begin to walk into this room.
How many?
You can't see. You can only hear them opening the door to the far end of the cavern. So you know they're about to enter the room. You just don't know how many there are. You just know there's someone coming.
I mean, did they hear anything? Or do I need to tell them?
You guys could all hear it. You're the only one that could see into the room, though, because you kind of peeped past the curtain.
So everybody would know that people were coming into this room.
Everyone could hear it. Because it's
I
just
kind of whisper up to Topher and I say, Topher, what is that sound?
People.
Pull the curtain back and get back here.
Yeah, I figured as soon as I heard the people come in, I would have dropped the curtain back down and stayed behind it so they wouldn't see us.
Could you tell who or what they were?
No, but basically what I'm going to do is behind this curtain, I'm going to hold up the ruby so I can see through the curtain to see if I can see see if we can see how many people are in there and kind of watch what they're doing.
Okay. So you hold up the ruby and you can see beyond the curtain, just like it wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Now, is this a white sheet?
I would say it's like a deep gray.
Would they be able to see the light through it from his sword on this? Because that would suck.
I'm going to extinguish my sword.
Well, then we won't be able to see through it. We need some kind of light to shine through this ruby so we can see.
Just cast light on me.
That's what I was going to do.
And we can just Wizard of Oz this shit from behind the curtain.
Yeah, would
Better
that
yet, could we stand in a way that would limit where the light of the sword would go?
I mean, it's like sunlight. It's pretty bright, isn't it?
It is sunlight.
Yeah, I figured that would probably draw a lot of attention.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I just don't want
a light shine from behind there. I don't think we need the ruby for this specific situation.
Well, I'd like to at least see how many people are through there.
I mean, we'll be able to hear them talk.
Yeah. That's fine.
As long as we can hear them talk, I don't think it's imperative that we see how many people are there. It's what they're saying.
That's
and
fine.
Why they're coming into this room is what's important.
Okay, that's fine. We can just hang out and listen.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
So you guys kind of hang here and just kind of wait. And you guys hear someone approaching this far end of the room. And there are multiple footsteps. You can't really discern how many there are. But you can hear them dragging something. And there is like you guys hear like the dirt just being like trudged through, and then you hear footsteps, and then you do hear voices, and the voices that you hear are the same voices that Benedict heard that night in his house. And you hear them moving towards you guys, and then you hear them kind of like pass you. And this whole time, there's this voice. And then whenever they get close, you hear the door open at the far end of the cavern again, and you hear someone run in and yell, "Wait! Stop!" And someone is just like taking off running down towards this end. And
towards us?
Not towards you, but towards where these guys were, which is a couple feet outside of this curtain. And he kind of runs up and he says, "What? The nobleman? Is this him? Is he dead?"
So they drug his fucking body back down here.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
So you just kind of hear like the dragging stop, and there's no footsteps, and you hear this other person, you don't know who it is, and he says, "Explain yourselves." And then you don't hear anything for a couple seconds, and then you hear a couple footsteps, and then you hear a weapon get drawn, and then you hear like a gash and just a liquid spilling, and then you don't hear anything else.
Damn,
So
they
what I
just
can
cut
s-
open his fucking huggy, dude.
Just cut open his huggy.
Yeah.
And then you hear dragging again and footsteps.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull out my...
God.
Blap, blap.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to cast light on my ring that I have and hold it up so I can see through this ruby so I can see what's going on.
Okay. So whenever you do that, you see a dead body on the ground, and then people guards walking past, dragging this body of this nobleman, and they take it over towards the stone area where the ground is cracked and broken, and they throw this body just haphazardly on top of this, and they start to turn around and they walk away.
Now, I'm assuming that I can see them, the person I'm assuming that they killed that person.
Yeah, well, the guy that they had killed, there's another body on the ground. That's not the thing that they were dragging over there.
No, they were dragging the nobleman's body.
Yeah.
But did it look like the one that we had just dropped into town, or did it look like...
Oh, yeah.
It was
definitely this. It was a nasty, corroded version of his body.
Okay. What happens whenever they put it on that area? Nothing?
Nothing.
And how many creatures are there that I can see?
There's only 2 that you can see.
I think we should fight them.
Agreed.
I also think we should fight them.
Fuck these hoes.
I'm getting my sunblade out.
No, not yet. Don't
Maximum
do that yet.
light.
So I'm going to turn around and tell everybody what I just saw, because I don't know if they were watching or not.
I mean, we all heard it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you guys, there's only 2 people, and, they're 2 creatures. And see what they want to do. So do we want to attack these guys?
I want to fucking kill these guys. Yeah.
You
Tried that once.
Well, we're about to try it again. I have the sunblade and extreme strength. If I roll well.
Let's fight these guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I want to fight.
I'm down.
Let's make it loud. I'm trying to make it loud so everyone hears and sees what the fuck is going on up here.
Yeah, I kind of want to pop out and kind of catch them off guard and fire magic missile at them with my robe of stars. Give this thing a test run.
Okay. So
Instantly vanish into the astral plane.
Correct.
Yeet! Poof.
So you just whip back the curtain and jump out and cast magic missile?
Yes.
Okay. I guess you need an attack roll. How does that work with the robe of stars?
You create 7 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target. The darts all strike simultaneously. You can direct them to hit one creature or several. So I want to split them up. So 4 on one, 3 on another.
Okay.
18.
So yeah, all of these things kind of fly out, and then 4 hit one and 4 hit the other. So go ahead and give me the damage on that.
So it does 14 damage to one of them. And 11 to another.
Okay. So these guys are blindsided by this. And these magic missiles just like pummel them in the back of the body and the back of the head. And they just like get slammed into the ground. And they're like laying there face down in the dirt. And then their bodies just like turn into molten liquid and just start to, like, almost in a disturbing fashion, just start to like scoot and slither over towards the ground where it's broken. And they make it to the stone area and they just seep into the ground and they're gone.
Great.
Nice.
Hey guys, you can come out here now. I killed them. I definitely killed them. Killed them all.
Killed them all. They're all dead. All dead for sure.
So you guys were still behind the curtain, right?
No, I mean, I was ready to fucking fight.
Did everybody
Yeah.
pop out to see that?
I popped out.
Yeah, I think everyone probably saw that.
Okay.
I wanted to like, as soon as they turned into water, I wanted to cast like moonbeam on the water.
They didn't turn to water. They turned to lava.
Sludge, whatever the fuck it is.
It's lava.
Lava.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
sludge.
Okay. Jesus fuck.
Okay, so
Christ almighty.
I want to walk over to
It's free real estate.
I want to walk over to the crack in the ground and use the ruby and see what I can see underneath that area where the nobleman's body's at.
Okay. So you kind of take your ring and shine it down towards the ruby as you look into the ground, and as it like opens up into the ground, there is like an overwhelming like light that like through the ruby that you're looking through, and then there is a flash of like piercing white light that just smacks you in the face. And make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
All right,
Add
so
your +1 from your rib.
18. Thank you.
so when this happens, you kind of like throw your head back, and you don't really know what it is that you saw, but there is something beneath the ground here, and it is whatever it is powerful, and it is, you could tell that you can't really observe it through the ruby. The ruby is showing you something, but whatever it is doesn't want to be seen.
Hey guys, I think I found it. There's something underneath this dirt here. There's something that doesn't want to be seen.
Well,
Something.
let's go see it. And Bartholonude starts kind of digging at the ground.
I also start to dig at the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton sits down off to the side and watches.
I use Hamilton as a shovel.
Unhand me, rapscallion!
I don't know if I don't think I've got anything to dig with.
Did you check your ass?
Bartholonude just has claws. He's very barbaric.
I'm using like the bottom of my shield, kind of like just to get some of the dirt away. That's the only thing I really have.
Is it just dirt?
No, it's stone.
Oh,
All right,
then
I'm going to
not-
use stone shape.
Then I'm not using my shield. I thought it was dirt.
No, I said it's stone flooring.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, classic. Classic. So stone shape,
Yeah.
what does that do?
Touch a stone object of medium size or smaller. A section of the stone no more than 5 feet in any dimension, and form it into any shape that suits my purpose. For example, you could shape a large rock into a weapon, idol or coffer, or make it a small passage through a wall, as long as the wall is less than 5 feet thick.
Okay.
Is it 5 feet between?
Yeah, the stone is not 5 feet thick. The stone is only like maybe a foot and a half, if that. And beneath that, it's just dirt.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to make a little majigger through the
Little holy hole.
little holy hole through
So
the...
a 5 foot square hole.
yeah, enough for us to dig.
Okay, so 5 feet of this stone is now missing, and there's just dirt. So you guys just start digging away.
Yep.
Okay.
We check the ruby occasionally again just to kind of see where the reluctance of its, of the reluctance of the thing not to want to be revealed to us is.
The dirt doesn't seem very sturdy either. It's been freshly placed.
Bartholonude just clawing away at the dirt.
Okay. Yeah, then I use my shovel. I use my shield and
To start throwing dirt out.
I was
yeah.
going to say, you had a shovel this whole
I throw it in. I throw it into the direction of Hamilton, trying to maybe
Pester him.
Yeah, maybe get him to help, and if not, I definitely want to annoy him because he's being absolutely no help.
Or really, or he's
classic
just putting
Jed.
the dirt with the other dirt.
Classic Jed. Just
Trying to
completely
cover
useless in all
that turd over there.
situations.
And now, a word from Hillshire Farms.
Okay, so you guys are digging into this ground. Who is down in the side of this hole? It's only 5 feet, so there's only probably maybe two of you down there.
I've been clawing at it like big time.
So I would say that Topher and Bartholonude are down there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
So you guys are, I would say you guys have made it about 10 feet down in this ground. You guys have probably dug, I would say probably a little to the sides as well, and dug out the ground and kind of made this hole a little bigger than 5 feet, pushed the stone out from underneath of it, that kind of thing, making it to where you guys could both comfortably stand. Now this is not taking a short amount of time. I mean, you guys have probably been down here for probably an hour or two just trying to get down into this hole. You guys have a pretty good suspicion a pretty strong suspicion that the seal is buried here. Given what you guys have seen, now that you guys have started to connect the dots here. And I would say you guys are a fairly far down, and Topher, you take your shield and you kind of hit in the dirt and you hear something clink. Like it hits something hard, and you can assume that there's something beneath. So what do you do?
Well, I stop using my shield and start using my hands to kind of like push around everything to get like as much of it kind of uncovered as we can, so we can kind of see what it is, see if it is the seal.
Okay, so whenever you start to do that, it's almost like just a plain glass, and as you start to push, there's like a rushing red light that starts to form underneath of you, and it starts to move around beneath you, and the ground starts to like warm up.
Guys, Hamilton, Benedict, we found it. This is definitely it. Possibly.
I swear to God, if there's butterscotch in this fucking hole.
No butterscotch.
So Hamilton and Benedict are standing and watching Topher and Bartholonude dig into this hole. And as you guys are just kind of standing there, it's whatever is down here, you guys, like I said, your suspicions were likely confirmed at what you guys were able to see. And as you guys are standing there, Topher and Bartholonude, you guys hear a voice, and it says, actually all of you hear this voice, and it says, Topher, no matter how many times I have tried to tell you, no matter what I do to try to help you, it seems you always have a way to get yourself into some type of trouble that I have to dig you out of. And Benedict and Hamilton turn around, and you see Chrysalix walk in, and he has 2 massive swords strapped to his back, and his bow is also to his back, and he is walking towards you all.
What are you doing here?
He's still walking towards you guys. He doesn't look like he's going to attack you. Like he's just strapped for some reason.
Yeah.
And he says, he kind of sighs, and he says, I once again am here to save your friend from doing something that he will likely regret. And he, like, at this point is like walking up to the edge of this hole and kind of like peers over and looks down inside. And he's peering and talking directly to you, Topher.
What am I going to regret about this? We found the seal.
Topher, you do not understand. You don't know what will happen if you follow this to fruition. Being this close to the seal could have horrendous implications.
On who?
On you! I have tried to explain this to you many times, and you continue to just ignore sound advice. You continue to do everything you can in your power to destroy the world. Do you not understand how close to this you are?
I'm standing right on top of it, so yeah.
And it is a wonder your world has not ended already.
Get him out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that we are trying to protect these, trying to fund it.
Your intentions are pure, but your actions have consequences that are far beyond what you all have been unable to see.
Maybe if you would just explain things to us plainly and clearly.
So he turns around and he just backhands you.
Oh, hell no.
Sick. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on him.
Okay. You try that and nothing happens.
All right. I'm going to shoot my crossbow at him.
Okay. That's fine.
Shit!
So,
This crossbow jams. Fuck!
So, before you do that, I'm going to let that happen. I just he doesn't just turn around and smack you because he thinks you need to shut up. There's a reason he wants to smack you. And it's not because he thinks you're being ignorant. So whenever he turns around and he smacks you, he turns around and like hits you, and obviously you're very defensive about it. And he says, Hamilton, I understand. You all have been in this since the beginning, but you have to understand. Topher predates all of this. Topher was there at the beginning of this. Topher was there when this seal was taken. And by him standing on top of this, you shouldn't even be here.
Then get him out of the hole, and we'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him with my crossbow.
Okay.
Because I was going to say earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. I'm a little apprehensive about this. I almost wonder if it's even him or if it's not one of the bad guys in disguise.
Yeah.
So Bartholonude sees that, sees Chris, looks backhand Hamilton, and just notices the look on his face. And Bartholonude kind of hunkers down in the hole and grabs Topher and pulls him down, and still tries to like move the dirt away from the thing that's underneath, still trying to clear it, just to see what it is.
Okay. So, I mean, it is abundantly clear to Bartholonude and Topher that beneath your feet is this seal. Like, it is the physical seal that was created on the Damara Plains. And you are standing right on top of it. The light beneath it is glowing brighter and brighter, so much so that it feels like there's an energy, like, surging beneath you, and it is building by the moment.
I don't really feel any urgency to get out of the hole. Honestly, it's like, we came here to protect it, and I don't know what's going to happen if I stay down here, but I don't really feel any urgency to get out right at this second.
Okay.
Plus, I can't.
That's
think
fine.
that I can climb up the hole at this point either.
I'm going to come back to Hamilton here. So you fired your crossbow at. Okay, so you just kind of. Imagining he hits you, he's in the middle of talking, and you just pull it up and
you just
fire it at him. Where are you aiming at?
Shit.
Probably right into the side of his leg, because we're fairly close.
Yeah,
he was able to hit me.
Yeah, I mean he's within 3 feet from you, and he's looking right at you and talking to you.
Yeah, right into his knee.
Okay, so I wouldn't say, because normally you would have advantage on this, but I would say that he's literally looking right at you. He knows exactly the action you're about to take, so it would just be a regular ranged attack. So just go ahead and give it to me straight up.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 5 damage.
Okay. So he's in the middle of kind of giving you the speech that this is exactly the opposite of what you guys should be doing. And you lift up your crossbow and a bolt fires from it and just pierces his leg.
Also, as soon as I fire the bolt, I drop the crossbow and I pull out my daggers? No, my staff.
Your quarterstaff?
Yeah.
Or your half staff at this point? Yeah. Okay, so this bolt fires into his leg, and he just kind of grimaces, and he reaches down and he pulls the bolt out of his leg, and blood just starts to gush out. And he looks up and he just kind of grimaces, and he's like, Hamilton, I understand your apprehensiveness to the situation. And I have no quarrel with you all being angry.
Chrysalix, I'm honestly getting pretty tired of your speeches. I don't want to hear any more reasonings or excuses. I just want honesty, and I want the truth. For all of us. Topher, everyone here. Just be honest with us.
I have been as honest with you as I can be I've seen throughout the entirety of your time together. Whenever a piece of truth is unveiled to all of you, you do nothing but bicker and fight and moan and cause distrust, even amongst the few of you. You leave each other's feelings in the dirt while acting brashly and then blaming others for your problems. So how can I trust any of you with any of this information?
I want to point out that I've never done that, not once. Thank you.
Regardless of whether you can trust us with the information or not, you can't withhold certain things from us and then show up out of nowhere all the time and then get mad at us for acting on your half information that you're giving us.
What information did I give you that led you here?
It's not the information that you did give us, it's the information that you haven't yet given us.
I've known this rested here. This is the safest place for it. For drawing the enemy's attention to something they already know that they have only speeds up their timeline. For now they know that we know the seal is here. Will they move it again? You can't dig this out and carry it. How are you going to get this out of here without the enemy knowing? It is the safest place for the seal to remain here until we can figure out where the rest of them are.
So you've known it was here, and you didn't say anything, and we came here looking for it, and you're mad because we're here. Is that about the shape of things?
You were with us in the house when we said we were going to go look for the seal.
Maybe say,
You
hey,
mentioned
there's one in
you
the
would
keep.
go.
Don't go there.
You mentioned you would come here to find the seal. And that is why I'm here. I did not anticipate you showing up here and now. I came here to stop you, but by the time I get here, I find you have discarded the nobleman's body here. You've caused nothing but a ruckus. And as soon as I found that out, I rushed down here to see if you were here. And lo and behold, here you are, with the seal. I cannot be everywhere at once. While some of the fault may be mine, I have made many mistakes. But this is not one of them, and I refuse to accept responsibility for the brashness of decision-making you all have displayed here.
I start reloading my crossbow.
Weird. An elf not taking responsibility.
That's racist.
Dwarf. Fuck him.
Well, we're just down here still kind of... Are we still digging at this thing? Kind of clearing it off?
Yeah, it's pretty clear by now.
So Chrysalix, obviously Hamilton's in the process of reloading his crossbow, and Chrysalix is very, very dedicated to his cause. Like, he understands that Hamilton might continue to act brashly, but it's important for him to note that his demeanor is not focused on that. He's very dedicated to just ensuring that Topher comes out of the hole. The damage has already been done and the seal has been unearthed.
We can cover it back up.
So he comes over to the edge and says, Topher, I implore you, please. Bartholonude, if you would like to stay there, that's fine. But Topher, you must get as far away from this unearthed monstrosity as you can.
And as he says that, I look over at Topher and I say, can that new robe teleport more than just yourself?
Topher pulls out his character sheet. So to answer your question, if I am carrying it or holding it, I can use an action to enter the astral plane along with everything you're wearing and carrying. So if I can somehow strap myself to this...
He said it was a 12-foot plate, right?
Yeah, but if I could strap it to myself, I would technically be wearing it. And I could go and transport it with me.
Poof. And then just let it go and poof back.
Whoosh!
Small penner.
But
Small plate.
Have I reloaded my crossbow?
Yeah. If you want to fire another bolt,
Yeah, I
go
want to
for it.
shoot him again.
Been reloading the crossbow the entire time.
Okay.
That's not going to hit.
I don't know. He's got a pretty low AC.
Will a 14 hit?
It does.
Oh, okay, cool.
What a bitch.
That is a really low AC.
You're probably a better shot than him.
Yeah, I remember that. He missed like 14 arrows in a row.
Low car.
That's a 7.
Okay.
And I want to shoot it into his other knee.
Hold on, Hamilton. Chrysalix.
I can't take that crossbow bolt back.
I know, yeah. We'll keep it. He deserves it. He smacked the shit out of you. But, what do you propose we do? You can sit here and bitch and moan about what we've done and what we shouldn't have done, but what do we do now?
The damage has been done. The enemy knows that we've located the seal. But they don't know and would not expect that we do nothing with it. I say you leave the seal here. We know that it's here. They may move it, they may not. There's no way we can transport this out of here. But the most important thing is that you get Topher away from that. I cannot stress that enough. Topher was there in the beginning. Topher's life force is bound to this seal.
That's unsettling.
When I found him, he was in the Forbidden Forest, where the greatest evils of our time have spawned, directly linked to this seal. That cannot be a coincidence. And he knows nothing of his time before that.
Do you?
Other than, at this point, honest to God. I was there when he was given to the church, which you guys all now know. The seal was taken from the church. And Topher, from that point on, I've been watching him. And then he fell off the radar, which is my responsibility, which is why I found him.
So I'm going to make a deal with you, Chrysalix. I'm going to choose to trust you. And if I find out that you know more, I'll slit your throat.
He just kind of like nods and then looks back and reaches down and just kind of like falls because his knees are pretty bloodied up and he's got a crossbow bolt in 2 of his legs.
Both of his legs.
And kind of like leans down over and then reaches down towards Topher and extends his hand to like pull him up out of the hole.
Topher, I think that you should probably come up. This dude took 2 arrows in the knee and he's still pretty persistent about it.
Fine. I get out of the hole.
So you take Chrysalix's hand?
No, I'm waiting for Bartholonude to lift me out.
I lift you up.
While he's laying on the ground, I want to piss in his shoes.
Okay. There's pee on his shoes. It's interesting. All right.
I want to grab a hold. When he lifts him up, I want to grab a hold of Topher's like arm, like a fucking Viking, and like help him up.
Okay.
Do you feel anything? Like, you feel a little woozy, like little mean?
No.
So, Topher, whenever you don't feel any different, but you do feel as if you are drawn back to this place in the ground. Like it's not calling you. It's not like you just have like this small desire to like go towards it. Kind of like Pippin in Lord of the Rings when he held the Palantir. Like it was almost like an itch. Like you wanted to get back to it.
I don't feel any different, Benedict. But I feel like I need to be around this thing.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea at the moment. Chrysalix, what exactly would happen if he were to be around this?
I can't say for certain what will happen.
What do you think
it's never
would happen?
happened.
I don't care what you could say for certain. I want what you would think would happen.
I think that Topher could lose control.
Of what?
I don't know. You've seen it as well as I have. His eyes go black. I don't know what that is a cause of. But this, you've heard what he said. He feels drawn to it.
Who would? Who would know?
Only those of old. Maybe Lokar? I don't know.
He doesn't know anything.
Yes, Lokar. So what you're saying is we have to keep him away from the seals? Or is it just this one in particular?
Topher, have you felt this way about anything in the past?
I can't say that I have, no. Not this strongly about something, I guess.
Your guess is as good as mine, Benedict.
But it feels right.
There's another thing that I think we should do.
I'm not doing that to you again.
Never mind.
No, I really think that we should let the town know what the fuck is going on in this place. Like, since I dropped the body, they're obviously now, like, curious. Like, they're like, holy fuck. Like, I think that was a nobleman. I want to bring that body back down there and let everybody know, like, you guys, this isn't, I mean, you haven't been being ruled by the nobleman this whole time.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it is a good idea.
Now that we've uncovered this seal and they know, well, they don't know yet, but they will know that we know where it's at, and then bringing the whole town in on it, like, it could destroy the whole fucking city.
They have to find the other seals first. And, I mean, we'll be here.
Yeah, but they don't need the other seals to destroy the whole city as they are now. I'm just saying, like, it could put the whole city at risk if we're like, hey, you know, I think we should try to do our best to cover this back up.
But if we can get the city to revolt, like kind of what I was hoping for from the very beginning of wanting to take the body back, was if we can get the city, if we can get the information like more well known, then as opposed to us trying to find
asking questions.
Exactly. As opposed to us trying to find like individual people everywhere that we can talk to and ask questions, they might come to us, or they might just make themselves known. That way we don't have to go from bar to bar and town to town trying to find somebody who might know something about it.
That's what I'm saying. Let's make a little bit of noise and make some shit known to everyone. And then, like,
I mean,
fuck.
you know what they say? If you want to make an omelet, you got to fuck something.
Let's fuck everybody.
So let's fuck this thing.
Yeah, let's fuck it. You guys down to fuck it?
Let's fuck it.
All right.
I throw Topher back down into the hole.
So what are you guys actually doing then?
We're going to cover the seal back up, and we're going to bring the nobleman's body back down to the people. Because that's where it belongs, with the people of this fine city.
Since we don't really have that much information to go off of, we don't really know who to talk to, who to ask questions of, who we can and can't trust. We're just going to try to stir up as much shit as we can in the city and try to see if, as opposed to us going and trying to talk to every individual person, if we make enough of a scene, if people will come to us that might know something.
Okay.
Or, like you said, like Chrysalix was saying, fucking, this will speed up whatever they were doing. Well, that's fine, because we don't know what the fuck they're doing. So if this causes them to speed it up, then fuck yeah, maybe we'll get something out of it. Or we'll all die. But either way.
Okay. So that's the plan. So you guys start to scoop the dirt back into the hole here.
I'm going to shape the stone back the way it was.
Okay. So it takes a little while, but you guys kind of fill this area back in, and you drop that stone pallet back on there nice and perfect. And then the rest of it already looked kind of broken, so while it doesn't look exactly the same, it still looks as if there's broken stone all the same. Do you guys have the nobleman's body there next to you? Doesn't smell great. Do you guys go up through the middle, or do you guys go back out the sewer the same way you came in?
No, we're going up through the middle. Like, we're going up, like, we're going to go to the townspeople with the body. That's what we're decided on, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're making some fucking noise.
So you guys start to head up that way, and Chrysalix is just standing there, and he just starts to, he kind of just
hobbles. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he has a hard time moving, definitely. But he kind of like does has like a bit of a patronizing laugh, and he just kind of like chuckles to himself, and you guys turn around and see him, and he just kind of like shakes his head, and he says, "It never ceases to amaze me, the actions that you take, that you think would be beneficial to the cause. I'm not the lead here. I'm going to follow your lead, as I've mentioned, but I just do not think this is the right way."
Yeah, well, I don't care.
And I just keep walking with the body in my hand.
Yeah, I don't even acknowledge it.
Okay, so he kind of turns and walks back the other direction, like back towards the small way, and he
if you will.
He turns and says, "The best of luck, Topher. I won't be here when things will go wrong next time." And he kind of slips into the dark.
Thank God.
Hopefully he slips into a fucking coma.
Bartholonude looks at Topher and says, "Topher, do not worry about him. He has never been of much help. We are here for you now, and we always will be."
Okay. So you guys haul the nobleman's body up the main staircase. Are you guys taking him to the secret passageway that leads up to the top floor, or into the main hall?
The main hall. We're taking them all the way down in the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, we want
I'm going to take him to the people.
to kick up the dirt and show them what their leader's really like.
Okay. So you guys get to the top, and this door locks from this side. So you guys unlock it, and what do? Do you just push the door open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the door swings open, and you guys are in a very, very busy room. And sure enough, at the top of the room, there is the nobleman sitting on the throne.
Hey.
And he, as people are kind of like standing in line, he is, as people are approaching him, he is just doling out gifts of money and clothing and kind words, and he is just overly abundantly giving. Like, there's just a massive just plethoras of tables and whatnot. People are coming in and taking items, and he's thanking people, shaking hands, kissing babies, you know, the thing a leader would do in this time of giving, in this time of festivities. And whenever you guys kind of bust open this door, everyone just kind of stops and stares. I'd say there's probably a good 150, 200 people in this room, and there's a line to get into the room. So there are a lot of people standing here who see you guys walk in. What do you guys do?
It's about to be just like a weekend at Bernie's.
I'm gonna walk up to the throne, and hopefully all of these gentlemen are
I'm
right
following.
beside me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it down at the nobleman's feet.
People of Neverwinter, there are questions that you must ask yourselves. Questions about who sits on this throne in front of you. The man that you see before you sitting on this throne is not who he appears to be. This body that we've brought in front of you is the true nobleman. This man here is an imposter, and for whatever reason, he's been hiding his true identities from you. And then I turn around and I stare at the nobleman.